Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Renee. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you being here. So today we're going to use a new palette that I got from Nomad Cosmetics. If you want to see the palette and the look I'm going to do, which you might see in the thumbnail and the title, I'm not sure because we haven't got to that part yet. Stick around. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. So, Nomad does a thing where they have this starfish. They tell the story of the starfish, and you can nominate people in the comments to be a starfish, and then like Nomad picks their starfish. I can't remember. Maybe there was six or seven of us, and I got one of the spots. And so when you become a starfish or get a starfish, you can either pick a palette from their website or you can get the new release. And since I had just bought a couple palettes, I wanted to get the new release. So I got the new release. Here's the box. As I'm filming this, they haven't shown the color story yet, but I'm not going to post this till after that. So I'm assuming I can show you the back of the palette too. So sneaky peek of the color story right here. The theme is Route 66. And if you don't know like everything about Nomad, they're a destination palette. So they travel around and they create palettes based on the area that they visit, you know, what they see, just the atmosphere, and kind of try to fit the vibe of the location into their palette, which is so cool because I would love to travel. One of the places that I would love to go is Yosemite. And I would love to go to Zion National Forest. I think it's beautiful there. There's some places in Utah I would like to see. There's just like, I just think it's really cool. But the theme of this palette is Route 66. Route 66 makes me think about Cars. My son loved that movie so much. So much he loved that movie. And we watched it tons of times. But palette. Did I show you the box? Yeah. Palette. And then this is the color story. There's a big size mirror in here. And there's the palette. Does it fold back? It does, yay. So here's the color story. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. I don't know what I'm going to do with it today. Oh, it's so pretty. Shall we read about the location? Nomad, on the road again. Let me put my glasses on because it's so hard for me to read without my glasses. Come with us on a road trip of lifetime through historic Route 66 with all its quirky stops and stunning landscapes. We hope you are inspired by the feelings of freedom, adventure, and nostalgia to create road trip looks you love. Cheers to your road of dreams, Felicia and Auntie, Nomad co-founders. Route 66 would be so cool. When I talked to my dad about it, he says there's not really much there anymore, but like, I bet there's so much cool historic stuff along the way. I bet it would just be super cool. New America's Route 66 Intense Color Palette. Destination, iconic Route 66. Mother Road or Main Street America, whichever nickname you give it, America's Route 66 is more than just a highway. It's an iconic part of U.S. history that symbolizes freedom, adventure, and the American dream. Stretching over 2,000 miles from Chicago to Los Angeles, this legendary route embodies a unique slice of Americana. With historic gas stations, motels, diners, and drive-in theaters along the route, Route 66 continues to live in the collective consciousness as representation of liberty, nostalgia, and a good old-fashioned road trip. I love me a good road trip. I really do. It's getting harder and harder to be in the car for so long, but that's why you make stops along the way. Just saying. That's the fun part of a road trip. All right, let's continue. Palette, road trip through colors. Breathtaking blend of warm, sun-baked hues and earthy classics. Refreshing sky shades and cacti greens sprinkled with quirky shimmers in neon sign colors, all inspired by the iconic Route 66. 10 memorable mattes, 4 scenic shimmers, and 4 bright as neon sign sparkles. Cause we are so proud to support the Nature Conservancy and their work to maintain the health and the iconic prairies of the central U.S. Oh, this is so cool, you guys. Like the other palette that I got gifted was the Polar Express. I need to go get something to drink. My mouth is like super dry this morning. Allergies are kicking my butt right now, you guys. No joke. All right, so let's get into this. I don't know what to do. There's so many choices. Oh no. I took a little chunk out of one of these shades. Oh well, it pushed in really well. This little green right here. I'll try to insert swatches later, but I gotta get ready for work. I'm already running a little bit late, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna go into prime. What does Nikki Tutorial say? Not to prime is a crime. So let's not forget to prime. This is the Sigma Eye Base and Ignite, which I really love. I've been trying to use my finger to kind of blend it out. So I really think it's cool that Nomad, like I'm really growing a love over the couple years that I've been using Nomad. Has it been a couple years? Might have been longer. I don't know. I can't remember. But like I started using them and they're good, right? But then I kind of started catching on to like how they do the sneak peeks for their palettes. And they do the clues to the destination. And they'll pick somebody who guessed correctly to get a palette. Like, it's just really neat how they do that. And the fact that they travel. And I really enjoy traveling. I'm going to go into Road of Dreams, which is more like a, I guess, skin type color. And just kind of put that in the crease. But I don't know. I love to travel. It's getting harder the older I get, though. It really is, to sit in a car for a long time. Like usually when I get over to my dad's, I'm kind of hurting a little bit, you know what I mean? But if you took a road trip, you just make stops along the way, you know? Like I think it would be really cool to take 2 or 3 weeks off and just kind of make a plan, you know? I would love to drive down to Yosemite and Zion and go over to Utah and see those. Like there's just some cool stuff out there, you know, that I would love to see. So we got that shade, which is Road of Dreams. What to go into next? I don't know. On the road again. That sounds like a good shade to use. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Nostalgia, right? Like that just brings it out of you. That's so cool. I think this might be my favorite palette. And I know I haven't used it yet, but I'm just saying because of the theme. Like it really, I don't know, it just brings those good old times out, you know, times with family when you're, you know, hanging out at grandma and grandpa's and the uncles are watching football and drinking beers and the wives and mothers are in the kitchen gossiping and, you know, just tradition. Like it really makes you think about tradition and how things were when you were a kid. You know what I mean? Like whatever that means to you, because different ages will have different core memories, you know, and most core memories are associated with your childhood if it was a happy one. I obviously had a very happy childhood. There were some rough times in there, I'm not going to lie, when my parents got divorced and stuff like that. But, you know, at the core, I just have really fond memories when I was a kid of family, spending time at my grandma's with my aunts and uncles and all my cousins and playing in the backyard. And we would have crab feasts. And my grandpa had a tire swing that was hung up on a tree that we could swing on. And he also had horseshoes in the backyard there was a brick built, I'm not sure what they call it, but it's like an oven and a stove, but it's built of brick and it's outside, and you put wood in it to heat it up so that you can cook in it. Like a wood stove, you know what I mean? But it was outside and it looked like a fireplace, you know? Like it was really cool. So, I don't remember them using it too much. I think most of the time my grandpa would use it to like burn leaves in it when we would rake up, because I mean, the leaves in his backyard were crazy because he had a huge backyard and there was lots of trees all over the place. So the leaves would be crazy in the fall time, which is really cool. And so when we were little, we would go out there as kids and we would rake them all up and we would pile them up in front of the swing set that my pop had in the backyard. And so we would all swing on the swings and then we would jump off into the pile of leaves. And those suckers are itchy, man. Ooh, I can feel it right now. They're super itchy. But yeah, we would do that all the time. It's crazy because you'll see things on the internet that will just bring certain memories out of you. Like the fact that it wasn't cemented into the ground, the swing set. So when we would swing too high, it would start to pump. And there was one time me and my cousin were swinging really high and the whole damn thing tipped over. I'm pretty sure after that happened, they got cement and cemented it into the ground. But even then, it still kind of popped a little bit. And then there was 2 sets of horseshoe pits. They had the men's horseshoe pits over here, and then they had the ladies' horseshoe pit over here. And the difference is the ladies' ones was closer together, you know what I mean? Because it's just, I don't know. I guess it's because, you know, the ladies can throw as far as the guys. I don't know. That's just how it was in my granddad's backyard. And then there was a screened in porch. And that's where they had the, what are they called? Dude, I'm losing my mind. They had the wooden tables like you would see in a park or something like that. And they had like 2 or 3 of them set up in this big screened in porch in the backyard. And we would have like crab feasts and stuff when it was season. Because this is back in Maryland. My dad is from Maryland and my mom is from California. So I grew up between Maryland and California. Most of my childhood memories are from Maryland because that's just where a lot of my core memories lie that I can remember. And I have bits and pieces of California when I was that age. And then I have more memories as a teenager in California because it's just a whole long big story. But anyways, a lot of my core childhood memories that would be associated or that would be brought out by this palette would be the ones in Maryland where we had all the big family get-togethers. And my mom didn't have a really big family like that, so that sticks out, like watching The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid. And my uncle's always getting up and singing the thing, like, and playing in my granddad's basement. Like, there's just so much that this palette brings out of me. It's crazy. So I'm really glad to have it. I really am. Now I need to figure out what kind of shimmer shade. I feel like this always comes in more than this one, and I don't know why I do that. So weird. But I would love to go on a road trip. My dad has he's traveled from California to Maryland and back again several times. He drove back to Maryland. So, like, my dad does road trips, and he always has. When I was little and we were moving from California to Maryland, I can remember they put me on a plane. I can't remember how old I was, maybe 5. They put me on a plane to send me back east. And then my mom, my dad, and my sister Brandy drove back why I flew. And I'm not sure why that was. I'll have to ask my dad. But I can remember flying by myself. I can remember, I'm going into, what is this, Winslow, Arizona. What was I saying? I can remember being on the plane. Like, it's crazy the memories that stick around in your head, you know what I mean? But I remember being on the plane, and I remember there was this really nice man that was sitting next to me that talked to me the whole time on the flight. The stewardesses would always check in on me and make sure I was doing okay. And you didn't, at that time, people could go to the actual gate with you when you were flying. So my parents like went there and got me on the plane, and the stewardesses took care of me on the flight, made sure I had stuff to eat and drink or whatever, and made sure I was comfortable. And then my grandparents were at the airport waiting for me when I got there. And then I went to my grandparents' house and stayed with them, and we waited for my mom and my dad and my sister to get there. The crazy thing is that they got into a car accident. And I'm not sure what happened or why, but they got into a car accident when they were coming through one of the toll booths. And my sister hit the windshield. Like, I guess it was a really bad car accident. Because you didn't have to wear, like, it wasn't a big thing to not wear seatbelts back then. So my sister got hurt really bad. And I remember them coming to my grandma's house and her being, like, they're just little things that stick out, like little, like, flashes of things that I can remember from when I was younger. And I mean, they're not all good. You know, that wasn't like a good memory, but like the family time is what really sticks out to me. Like, the love that I felt from my grandparents as a kid, like, it's crazy. They took care of all of us when we were growing up. I mean, my grandma had a crib in her room for years because we would stay over their house and they would babysit us. And my granddad was big on family. That's why it's really important for me to go back there in July for my grandma's birthday, because she'll be turning 100. What to put on the inner part? I might want to save that one for the inner corner. Let's go into Comet 2. Make sure this is cleaned off good. This is like a goldy shade. Comet. I'm pretty sure it's Comet 2. I can't read all that great without my glasses. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. What kind of things, like, what, when you think of it, like, brings up all the feels inside, you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's thinking about that kind of stuff, like grandmas during the holidays, the smells. I can remember the smells. Anytime I smell like a fireplace, it always takes me back to my granddad's backyard burning those leaves. That I don't know how to explain it. I just know what it smells like. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that I'll smell and it just has that good memory, like, of running around in the backyard playing with my cousins and everybody laughing and, you know, eating and swinging and playing badminton and shooting horseshoes. And my granddad had a grapevine in his backyard that we would always pick the grapes and then go and run across the street, and we would play hide and seek in the woods. And the snowman would or the ice cream man, the snowball man would come, because back there they have, like, I can't even explain to you. People always say, oh, Hawaiian crushed ice, is that what it's, the crushed ice, and it's got flavor in it, like those snowball things that you get from the ice cream truck, the round ones that have the 3 different flavors. I don't even know if they have those anymore. That's just what I remember from the ice cream man. But anyways, a snowball is like that, but it's more kind of in a cup, crushed, and you can get marshmallow flavoring, like marshmallow fluff in the snowball. They're like, it's, you just don't know until you know. You know what I mean? And if anybody on here has ever been to Maryland and had a snowball, you understand what I'm talking about. Like, there's just nothing like it. There's places that try, but they just don't do it, because there's a, there was this truck that was set up in the summertime around here, and it said snowballs. And I went, and it was like, I was so hoping, because they're like from Louisiana or something like that. So I was like so hopeful that they were going to be like Maryland ones, but they're not. They're a little bit different, which everybody has, you know, their kind of style in their area. That's just like, the snowballs in Maryland are what I grew up on. It's what I know. It's what I'm comfortable with. And they taste so good. Like, they're so good. You just don't know until you know. You just don't. And I can't put it into words because I'm not really good at explaining stuff like that. All right, so now I'm going to go back into Road of Dreams. I remember when Junior was little and we watched the Cars movie. And it's still, like, when I watch that movie, it brings those, like, memories out. You know what I mean? Like, when he was little and we would sit and watch movies and how excited he got. Like when we watched Chicken Little. He loves that movie, or he loved that movie. I'm pretty sure he's grown out of it now. You know what I mean? But we would watch those movies. And then when Avatar came out, the way that he acted watching Avatar, and then McDonald's gave the like horses out as toys in their Happy Meals. So we had those, and we watched Avatar. And so he took string and he stringed all the horses together that he had gotten from Happy Meals. And then he put it together like it was like a buggy or something. And then he would get up on the like side of the couch, and he was up like he was riding one of those like flying things in the movie. Like, it's so funny. And that's just like so cute. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, I miss when he was little. There was so much fun. I don't know that I could keep up with him now, though. Back then, like, we did everything together. See, that's what I mean about destination palettes. Like, this one, I'm really connecting to a lot. It's just making me think of nostalgia and good memories and growing up and being a kid. And, like, I don't know. They're just good memories. Good memories. All right, so that's what we've got going on right here. It's so pretty, you guys. I really like it. All right, I'm going to take Cadillac Ranch, and I'm going to put that along the lash line. I don't know why I like to do my liner this way with a powder, but it just, I don't know. I think it's easier for me, I guess. I've tried the liquid liner, like this one right here. I've tried it like, I don't know how many times. But I just can't get it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I can get it. It's just like, it's not even on both eyes, which is frustrating. Because I want it to look at least somewhat the same. We'll have somebody that wears makeup out there clocking me from 100 miles away. Your liner is not even. But nobody at work really ever notices stuff like that, I don't think. Because they're not really... There's not a lot of people that I work with that really wear a lot of makeup. So, like, I'm kind of the only one. Chris used to wear makeup. She's the one that did the makeup for my 40th birthday. And now it's like she's kind of not... She doesn't wear as much makeup anymore, and she gets her lashes done. So she's kind of gotten away from the makeup thing. She always comments, she's like, no, you're the makeup person. And I'm the one that doesn't wear any makeup. Funny how things like switch around in life. That's why, I mean, I don't think I'll ever not want to wear makeup, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it could happen where I just don't want to do my makeup anymore, but I don't know. I kind of think I found my thing, but like I said, life changes, you know what I mean? Your wants and needs and desires change as you age. You know, when you're younger, it's like you don't even really you think about it, you know what I mean? You're just living your life, hanging with your friends, doing your thing. You know, it's not like you got any serious things to really think about, unless you were brought up a certain kind of way, you know what I mean? It just depends. Like my childhood, I can remember some bad, but I guess it's not like so bad that it really like had a negative effect on me. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm just like blabbing about everything this morning. Chatty Cathy this morning. Okay, so that was On the Road Again. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. I love that song. Is that looking okay? All right, where's the... I'm going to use this brush right here. This is the Singe Beauty 105, I think. What shade to go into? Go West. We'll get a little bit of Go West and kind of blend this out a little bit. All right, I got that blended out. Now, inner corner. I think we're going to go in with, what does that say? Gateway Arch. Does that say, yeah, I think it says Gateway Arch. Is that the thing? I think that's the thing in St. Louis. I'm pretty sure it's the arch. The Gateway Arch is in St. Louis. The big arch that you can go up into, because I went there before. And if I remember correctly, that's what it's called, is the Gateway Arch. It's been a few years, so it's hard to remember. But that was super cool. I thought I was going to be terrified going up into that thing. But it wasn't that bad. It's really weird how you get up to the top, though. Like, there's this thing, and it's connected together, like, maybe 4 or 5, like, pods, I guess you could say. It's like you're getting in this little round pod, and everybody's squished in, and I think you can only fit, like, 4 people in it. And so, because I was on a work trip, and me, and how many of us? There was 4 of us that went. It was so cool. It was so cool. And you got up and you can see when you get up to the top, it just didn't feel like it was that high up, but you look out the side and it's shaped weird, you know, because you're in an arch. And then the windows are kind of like this, like angled, and you look out and I mean, crazy. And I can't believe like I wasn't super scared, because I was super scared when I went to the Grand Canyon. Because me and my ex-husband planned a trip to Vegas. And I had seen like advertisements or something on my Facebook about the skywalk at the Grand Canyon. And I was like, that looks really cool. You know, I'm just like, this looks really cool, right? Yeah, I want to do it, right? Not thinking anything, that it just looks cool. I want to do it. Didn't think it would be like super scary. Well, when we got there, you got to put these little booty things on. So I sat down on the little bench thing that's there to put my little booties over my shoes. And you can't take your camera or your phone or anything with you, because you're like, it's a glass bottom, like arch thing that goes out. I don't know how to explain it. If I can remember to get a picture, I'll put it in here so you can see what it looks like. But it's a horseshoe outside the side of the canyon, and it's a glass bottom. So you walk out there and all you see is straight down. And so when I'm sitting there putting my little booties on to get ready to do the little walk, I think I had a panic attack, you guys. Like at the time, I didn't know what that was. But I think I started to have a panic attack because all of a sudden I started crying, and I'm like, I'm scared. And my ex-husband started yelling at me, and he's like, I didn't pay all this money for us not to do it, you know? But then the lady that works there that like directs you to where to stand to get your picture taken, because you can go out there and they're out there taking pictures. So I got up enough nerve, like with her help, because she was like, you can do it. Just take little steps at a time and hold on to the rail on the side. So that's what I did. And I went out halfway on this side, got a picture taken. And you can, like, if you look at that picture, You can see how terrified I am on my face. Like, I've looked at that picture a couple times over the years, and I'm just like, I was just terrified. Then we went out on the other side, and I went halfway, and we got a picture out there, and I just kind of looked. But I mean, I was gripping the side of that thing like it would matter if it went down. You know what I mean? You're going to go down with it, whether you're holding on or not. But I guess psychologically or something, it just gives you a little more stability, so you feel a little better, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that was our trip by ourselves. It was just me and my ex-husband, and we went with my son, and we went on a tour. Was that the one we went on the tour with? I can't remember, but we went there again, and the second time it wasn't as hard, I guess, because I was familiar with it from the last time I went. So it was really easy. That time I walked around the whole thing. So I did good. The only thing I wouldn't do is Sean and Junior laid down on the floor, because that's a picture they'll take. You lay down on the floor and they'll take a picture down so you can see the canyon underneath of you. Like, it's crazy. Like, me talking about this right now, it's really making me think about it, and I'm like getting a little anxiety about, but the second time it wasn't as bad. It was actually much easier. So I guess that's just proof that if you keep trying something, even if you're scared, like, the more you do it, the easier it'll get. Like, I can imagine if I was doing that every single day, that I would eventually get over the fear. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to finish up everything and finish getting ready for work. And then I'll jump back on here and check in with the final look. But I'm so excited to have this. And God, Nomad, thank you for bringing up all the, like, good memories, about my son, about my family, about all that stuff. Like, thank you so much. Like, this really is, like, it's crazy that a makeup palette can do that, but it really is, like, insane, you guys, insane. But I'm gonna get off, finish my makeup, and I will be back with the final look. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, I think I'm pretty much done except for my lips, so I thought I'd come back and finish up while I'm saying goodbye. I love this palette, you guys. Like, I know this is only the first time using it, but I mean, honestly, I feel like all their palettes are really good, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I used them all, and I've enjoyed all the looks that I've done with all of the palettes. So this one's no different. I mean, it's so pretty, you guys. It's so pretty. What do you think? Like, I can't wait to play some more. Like, I'm going to do another look with this tomorrow. I'm not going to film it, but maybe I can insert the picture I do. I might do a couple different days or looks. So if this doesn't get edited until after I get a chance to use this a couple more times, I'll put the pictures in here of the looks that I do with it so you can see. But I don't know. I think it has to do with emotionally as well. Like, I know some people would think that's stupid, but find something or think about something in your life that really, for whatever reason, it might not make sense to somebody else, but for whatever reason, it like hits you in a certain kind of way and brings up certain kind of, like, memories or whatever, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just think they're a really good company, and they donate to causes and stuff. And I just think that's, like, really cool. And they travel, which is really cool. And they get to see some, like, amazing places and waterfalls and just, like, scenery. Like, it's just super cool. So I'm really growing a huge fondness to the brand, for sure. And this like, sealed the deal, put the cherry on top, put the nail in the coffin. Like, thank you, Nomad. I appreciate it so much. Like, I know that I babbled on a lot in this video, but it's just because, like, thinking about Route 66 and history, it kind of makes you think about your history as well. Let me get this lip gloss off. It's not really a lip gloss, it's a balm from, was it Complex Culture? Yeah, Complex Culture. I try to remember to use that every day. That's why I have it sitting up there, so that I can hydrate my lips while I'm getting ready so they're not dry and chapped and stuff, especially in the wintertime. But I think I've been doing pretty good about putting the lip balm or something on my lips in the morning just to hydrate them. All right, this is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 2 Medium. And then I'm going to use this lip gloss that I got from Gracie. Gracie Lou Bargain Guru in our box swap. I think these look pretty together. Why is it every time in the same spot my lipstick does that when I put it on? It's like, I don't know how it does that. It's so weird. I think that looks really pretty though. I'm feeling lazy to do my hair today, so a ponytail it is. But anyways, I have a code with Nomad too. Nene10. Nene10. I'll put it up here so you can see if you want to, you know, buy the palette and use it. Try them out. Maybe this is your first Nomad. I've got like 20 of them now, so I love the brand. I really do. I'm growing a huge fondness to them. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know, maybe hit the like button. It helps out my channel. It really does. If you're not subscribed, you could subscribe. That also helps out my channel. Hit the notification bell, turn it up to all. That way, hopefully, YouTube notifies you when I make a new upload. And leave a comment down below. Say hi. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. Anyways, I'm going to let you go. Have a great, amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Take care, stay safe, and I hope I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.